This is a practical video on how you can remove and add a new shareholder on the Corporate Affairs Commission of Nigeria, and also how you can edit the shareholder details that has already been registered on the Corporate Affairs Commission, which we all know as CAC. So it's kind of a two-in-one video targeting solutions on everything concerning a shareholder. So you know that a shareholder is one who is entitled to shares of a company that has been registered as a limited liability on the Corporate Affairs Commission. So in today's tutorial, I'll do my best in making sure that I explain everything in details as usual. So what I need you to do for me is to take your time and watch this video from the beginning to the end without skipping any part, because all informations here are packed with so much knowledge. So another thing I want you to do for me, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, please do me an honor to subscribe so that you can be part of the family, and also like this video, because definitely it's gonna be worth your data. So even if you're watching, it's not going to be a waste. I don't give out videos that is going to waste your data. So please make sure you like, subscribe, and comment something nice about the video. Or if you have any questions, of course there should be questions, or even if you don't have, because it's going to be well explained as simple as I can. Okay, I'm going to break it down very well for you. So comment something that you don't understand, and I will be right here to answer it. So the reason why this video haven't been up for a while, actually I did this recording. I've done this recording like twice. The first one I did it during my exam, and when I wanted to upload, I wasn't able to balance the exam and the video, so I had to pause down on the video because I needed to edit it. But going back to the video to edit, because you know there are some things that I need to crop out, like the excess clip that are not necessary. I need to, but I can't trace back where those clips are any longer, so I just have to re-record. The second one I did, I discovered that the mic was not capturing my voice, and it was 30 minutes gone like that. So here you have the video, and let's dive into it. So now this is the Corporate Affairs Commission home. You have to navigate through your screen, and then you head on to the post incorporation. Note that whenever you're doing edits in an already registered company, you always do that on the post incorporation dashboard. So I'm just going to click on this right here, and then I'm going to access my account, and of course we are going to be working on a company, because shareholder has to do with just company. So once I'm in there, I'll tell you what next to do. Okay, so once you have accessed your dashboard, all you need to do is to search your company or that of your client, and then you click on proceed to dashboard. So when you click on that proceed to dashboard, it's going to open up the details of the company, show you alteration, annual returns, appointment, and all of that. So remember that this video is a two-in-one video, and because of that, we are going to start with the edit in shareholder details, because it's a bit shorter, so I won't be wasting much time on that. So we're just going to look for the option for edit. So if you want to edit the information of a shareholder in a company, let's say the name, when you are registering the name, instead of you to use Chioma, you use Chima, so you omitted something, that is where you use this edit. You don't use this edit in removing a shareholder. It won't remove the shareholder. Instead, you'll be getting queries upon queries. So if you want to edit even the date of birth of the client, of the shareholder, this is where you edit all details. So let me just go ahead to delete so that I can explain this from the top. Okay, so I'm going to click on, I just clicked on back, and then you click on start edit, you click on start process. So these are the requirements, but this is not all. At the end of the video, you might see more requirements, because as we go on, day by day. CAC brings new changes and new updates, but for now the requirements we see here: supporting document, evidence of change of information, affidavit, which is very mandatory. No matter the update, this is never going to disappear. You must provide the affidavit, because if you mistakenly if you misspelled a name, you are supposed to give a declaration that this is how it's supposed to be, even if it's a date of birth, even if it's the address or any of that, and then the means of identification with the correct details. So you have to submit that. So when you are here, you click on start process, and it's going to show you the details of the shareholder. So instead of you to click on a particular thing that you want to edit, go ahead to choose this option here, which is the order. Though you have exact of what you should choose, but I prefer you just go ahead to choose this so that you can be able to edit as much as you can. So here is it. These are the details, every details. You just go ahead to fill whatsoever you want to change, and that. So I will just go ahead to fill these details, and then we are going to move over to the preview page, and then payment and document for approved. So after previewing your information and all of that, you have to make your payment, and the payment for edit of information is actually 10,000 naira, which is 5,000 naira for filing of other documents, miscellaneous, and 5,000 naira for status report payment. So the total is 10,000 naira. So after making this payment, you'll be asked to upload the details. Okay, so when you upload the details, your information, your application will move from not submitted to pending, and then if it's queried, it's going to be on under queried, and if it's approved, it will move to approved. So here's the thing: after your approval, you're going to be getting a new status report showing that the application was actually carried on, like it was approved. So that is what you'll be getting, just your status report, nothing more, nothing less. So this is how to edit the details of a shareholder on the Corporate Affairs Commission. So moving further to the main focus of this video is on how to add a new shareholder, and also how to remove a shareholder on the Corporate Affairs Commission. So now we are going to be searching for that option, and the option is not even something that you are going to think that yes it is. So I'll be taking my time to explain very well. So for you to get that option, you have to scroll, you see, up or down. You have to scroll and look for a button that says transmission, transfer, surrender, new allotment. In here we have 4 options. This is transmission 1, this is transfer 2, surrender, and new allotment. Okay, I want to explain something. So for you to carry on that process, you have to click on the button, and it's going to open up this page like this. So for some companies, you won't see this validated, you won't see this validation there. So don't panic. All you just have to do is to mail the ICT. You have to mail the ICT department of CAC or help desk, telling them that your details are not validated. They should please update the information on their portal, and once that is done, yours will start showing like this. So don't panic. And there's a video I'll be linking here on the description of this video on how to update, so that you can see the format of how to mail them, and also the emails that I packed in there. So if yours is, because I know that many companies that I've worked for, some of them were having difficulties. I had difficulties in changing because it wasn't validated like this. So if you come across that, do not panic. I've come across it, and that's how to solve it. So I'm just going to click on this X right here, and then let me explain all of this. So we have transmission. Another thing is that you need to also consult your dictionary whenever you are working on a particular job. So but I will just try to explain as simple as I can. So for transmission is for the removal of the shareholder that is deceased, somebody that is no longer existing. Okay, so you use transmission for that. But if the person is alive, then you use that of transfer. And then the difference between there are similarities between transmission and transfer. The similarities is that you can carry the shares of Mr. A and give it to Mr. B. So those are the similarities, not those. That is the similarity between transmission and transfer. But the difference is that transmission is for a deceased person and transfer is for someone that is alive. So let's move over to surrender and new allotment. Surrender is when you are taking the shares of Mr. A and giving it to the company. You can't carry the shares from Mr. A and give it to another person. So you can't give his shares, Mr. A shares, you can't give it to another person. You have to surrender it to the company as a whole. Okay, so the difference now between transmission, transfer and surrender is that transmission, you are to transfer from Mr. A to Mr. B, but Mr. A must be deceased, that is no longer in existence. Then transfer is that you are taking from Mr. A and giving to Mr. B, but the person is alive. And then for surrender, you are taking from Mr. A and you are giving it to the company. So it's just going to be hanging in the company and waiting for a new allotment. So a new allotment is when there is a hanging share looking for who to own it. So that is why you use new allotment. So when you surrender a share, what you need to do is to use the option of new allotment. So let's practicalize everything by clicking on start transmission so that we can see how all this works. So now this is what it looks like when you click on it. So if there are no hanging shares, this is going to be showing you 0, 0, 0. Okay, so you can see unallotted legacy. But when Mr. A surrenders his shares, you are going to be seeing those surrendered shares right here. You will see it here. So you'll be seeing it here and here, and you'll be seeing it here, surrendered shares. So I have a video on how to increase your shares. So if you increase the shares without allotting the shares you'll be seeing them here. Okay, so now these are the buttons and you have to carefully choose whichsoever you're working for, whichever you're working with, or you have to choose your options correctly. So for the transmissions, like I said, it's similar to that of transfer, but it's different in the sense that it's only when Mr. A is deceased. So let's assume that Mr. A is Bello. We are using this for an example. So Mr. Bello can transfer his shares either to a new individual shareholder or to an existing shareholder. So if Mr. A is transferring to this new shareholder, you are going to fill the details of the new shareholder, and on the ending you are going to provide that is for the document upload, you are going to be providing the document of the deceased and also the document of the new shareholder, which is the means of identification and resolution later. Okay, so you fill all this information, and then when you get to this part, it's either you are giving this new shareholder all the shares belonging to Mr. Abdul. Let me say Abdul. So it's either you are giving all the shares to the new shareholder or you are giving parts. So you can give parts and then also take Mr. Abdul shares, the remaining, and share you can give it to new three. You can exhaust or you can split the shares. That is, what I mean is that you can divide Mr. Bello Abdul shares into 4 places and then give it to you can give it to 4 new shareholders. Okay, so which means that you can divide this 1.5 million naira shares, you can divide it to 4 and split to 4. That's what I mean. So you must not necessarily carry these full shares and give it to this new shareholder. I hope you understand. Okay, so you can also give this to an existing shareholder, someone that is already registered on the commission. So you can click this and then you can even allot parts. That's not all, part of the shares here by removing the comma. You don't need to add the comma. So you allot part or you allot full. So if we are allotting full, this is how we should look. So it should be saying 0 here. But if we are allotting parts, let's say we are allotting just 1 So this is what should be remaining here. And then when you fill all these details, this save and continue will be activated. So let's just go ahead to fill it, so it won't be like I didn't fill it and then you are confused. So let me just quickly do this. Number 10. So this is, I think this is filled already. Let's just say number 1, then fill this so you can see it's activated. So once you click on this save and continue, you are going to see an action that shows that you have done something. So if you are not convinced with this, you can just click on edit. Okay, if you are not convinced with the information, you can click on edit, or you go ahead to delete the information. So now we have explained that of the transmission. The next on our list here is the transfer of shares. So the transfer of shares is similar. Like I said, you can transfer from Mr. Bello and give it to a new shareholder, and you can give it to an already existing shareholder. You can also give it to a new corporate shareholder. So who are the corporate shareholders? Corporate shareholders are companies, and companies like this company. Okay, you can also give it to a new foreign corporate shareholder. That's a foreign company that was registered under CAC. So you can see that there's another difference between the transmission and transfer. So transmission you can't give to a new corporate shareholder, but transmission you can't give to a new corporate shareholder, but in transfer you can give to a new corporate shareholder. So it's simple as ABC. So let me practicalize this so you can see. So sorry about that. Okay, now so you see that this is showing company's name, ABC, that. So you have to fill all this information before you can, then this button can be activated. Then you can transfer parts, you can transfer full shares. So now the last we have here is not the last. We also have new allotment, but it's not activated. I'll tell you why. So we have this surrender. So this surrender now, once I click on it, you see that I won't be able to surrender these shares to another person. Okay, so you see I can't allot these shares to another person, but you can give this to a new corporate shareholder, which is a company. Okay, and the company in the respect to this is the name, the company, this company that we are working on. Look at it. I'm trying to, okay, yeah, it's already highlighted. So this is highlighted. So you see that we can edit this company, because remember that I said if you are doing a surrender of shares, it means that you are giving the shares back to the company. Okay, so you are giving the shares back to the company. So when you surrender all these shares, it's going to be hanging. So since we are allotting these shares back to this company, let me show you something. So let me fill this. So let's fill that of email. Yeah, so when you are done filling all these informations, your save and continue will pop up. So when you are done with that, these shares, you make payment and everything, these shares will be surrendered to the company. So once it's surrendered to the company, you're going to be seeing it here. That is when this new allotment will activate. So you see that the button is hidden, and you show you have to unallot, you have no unallotted shares. So it's going to be activated when there are shares hanging in the company, but where there is none, you can't use that button. It's not even activated for you to even use. Okay, so it's not activated. So after filling all these informations, you provide respectively, you provide the resolution letter, means of identification. For the transfer of shares, you provide deed of transfer. For transmission, you have to provide document for the deceased, and for surrender, also document of why the person is surrendering the shares. Okay, so after doing that, okay, before you do that, you have to make payment, and after payment you'll be asked to upload the document. So after uploading document, your application will move from not submitted to pending, and if approved, it's going to move to approved or if query is going to be unqueried. Okay, now so after filling all information that you want to do on the dashboard, we have to fix your date of resolution here, and it should be the same as that of your letter. Then you give the affiliate, okay, then you give the designation. If it's a director, if it's director that is approving it, you give that of the director. Then you write the director's name here. So you click on save and continue, you preview your informations, and let's go ahead to see how much. Well, the price is actually 10,000, but let me just show you the price so that you won't be confused. So yeah, this is the price to file for the removal or addition of a shareholder. So when you click on remitter, you're going to make payment, and after making payment, you upload those documents that I mentioned earlier. So this is basically how to remove a shareholder, and also how to add a shareholder on the Corporate Affairs Commission. Please, if you have any questions for me, I'll be in the comment section to respond as fast as I can. So please, you have to take your time and watch this video over and over again so that you can understand what it looks like. So that will be all for now for this video, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.